In this video, I'm gonna tell you 10 things you should do after you build a new PC. I'll mention softwares and drivers along the way, and the links for them will be in the description. Number 1. Check your BIOS settings. Go in the internet and research a little about the specific motherboard you have. You have to look up the model of your motherboard and research about the BIOS settings. Why is this important? Because your BIOS settings can have functionalities that can enhance the performance of your PC. There is XMP profile, for example. If you turn it on, then your RAM runs on the clock speed that it was intended for, and that's a good thing because you can get the best performance out of your RAM. Be warned that there's also some critical settings that you might not want to touch because those can bring detrimental outcome. For instance, if you change the voltage settings and accidentally fry your motherboard, then you're done for. So be very careful and always research on the internet about the settings first and then do your changes. There are specific buttons like F2, F10 or the del key for getting into the BIOS, which usually the boot up screen shows somewhere. Number 2. Check if everything is working alright. This is a no-brainer, but do check your ports and cables of the PC. Check if the USB ports, the HDMI, the audio ports are working alright when you connect your peripherals. Sometimes they are faulty or damaged, so if that's the case, you should use a different case that has working ports or ask for a warranty. Number 3. Download necessary drivers for the PC. Your computer needs softwares and drivers for it to run the best. Also, some programs and games doesn't even launch without specific drivers. You can use a software called Driver Booster or Driver Pack that will install all necessary drivers at once, but if you want to manually install drivers, here's a list of important drivers you should install. Number 4. Check your hard drive health and speed. For hard drive health, download the software Hard Disk Sentinel. This software shows the hard drive health and temperature and how it's performing. It also has other features that can be useful like the disk performance and the smart tab. Be mindful that if the health or performance degrades over time or is low, then you might consider changing your hard drive. Sometimes a hard drive's health is so low that you cannot even copy any data from the drive, and as a result you lose the data that you could move into the new drive. So take a backup if it's possible or change your hard drive before its health goes below 50. For the read-write speed test, you can use Crystal Disk Mark and that will show you the read-write speed, and then maybe you can get an idea online of how a healthy hard drive speed should be and compare your results. And also if the read-write speed is low, you can change the hard drive or claim the warranty of it. Number 5. Install an antivirus or an anti-malware software. Personally, I don't like to use them because they can degrade the performance. The Windows Defender should be enough for you, but if it's really necessary, I use Malwarebytes and scan with it after a couple of months to see if there's any issue or not. I don't recommend the casual antivirus softwares in the market, but I recommend Malwarebytes and Malwarebytes Adware Cleaner, which are two free and lightweight programs to check for malwares in your PC. Number 6. If you have a graphics card, download the driver of it. A graphics card is a great thing for gaming performance, but it is absolutely necessary to install a driver first and then do your gaming, because without a driver your game performance will significantly drop below average. You might have two types of GPU like AMD and Nvidia, or you might have an Intel GPU or an internal GPU. Nevertheless, all the links to get your driver is in the description. Number 7. Do some heavy tasks. You should do this to check if your computer runs into any error state or how much your PC can handle different tasks as per your expectation. You might play some graphics demanding games, or you might stress your CPU or GPU and check the temperature. You can use CPU Z to stress your CPU and check the temperature using Speccy or MSI Afterburner or Hardware Monitor or Core Temp. These programs check the whole PC temperature, whether it's your CPU or GPU. You can also control the fan speed of your GPU with MSI Afterburner. Number 8. Check your power usage. There's a power supply calculator online that you can use to check how much power your PC is using. Then you can get an idea of how much electricity bill is caused by your PC if you need to. Or you can check if you're exceeding your power supply wattage. Maybe in the future you wanna add a new component, and for that, if the power supply is not able to cover that, you should get a better one before adding another stuff in the PC or upgrade your stuffs. Number 9. Keep your PC properly ventilated. If you keep your PC in some jam-packed location in the house, chances are your PC might be warmer than necessary. You don't want that. Heat is an enemy for any electronic device, and it's super important for your PC to be in a place where it's having good enough airflow to maintain a balanced temperature. Number 10. Subscribe to my... I'm joking. Number 10 is research before thinking about overclocking. You might want more performance out of your system. Your CPU, RAM and GPU all can be overclocked by different softwares, but there's a lot of risk involved in overclocking. One is your warranty is void if your thing is damaged for overclocking. Second is overclocking can increase temperature. So be sure to research a lot before overclocking and take things slow if you really want to overclock your system. And that's it folks, these are all 10 things you should do after buying a new PC. Subscribe for more contents like this, see ya.